Namaste. Hello. Welcome on this full moon to our flow and restore yoga practice, a yin and yang practice. My name is Michelle Chua, and for today, you'll want to have as many props as you have at your home, or alternatives for props such as a bolster, a blanket, two blocks, and a strap. And since we're going to physically focus quite a bit on opening up the fronts of the hips or bringing the hips into extension, I invite you to start in a comfortable way to sit in hero's pose, where you place the knees in front of you and either sit on top of a block or two blocks stacked way back between your ankles so that your knees can be close together, not splayed apart, wider than hips distance. And then make sure that your toes are pointed back. You're not turning out or turning in your feet so that your knees can be comfortable. Take a moment to get settled in, setting aside anything that might be distracting so that you can commit to your practice of self-care and fully be here in this hour and 10 or 15 minutes. So we begin with vinyasa flow, we move into yin and restorative yoga, and then after shavasana, we have a 10-minute guided meditation, today focused on this full moon in Taurus. The themes, according to astrologer Colin Bedell for this full moon, is transformation, power, sexuality, and shadow. A mantra or a couple of illuminations you might consider. I am deeply rooted within nature's divine cycles. I am part of the evolutionary shifts happening now. And this astrologer writes further, as an American citizen, I feel the acute pain and uncertainty that comes with recent election results. This full moon illumination couldn't be more timely, reminding me to ground myself in cycles far older and more enduring than any election. By anchoring in nature's divine rhythm, I can navigate this unfolding era with a sense of purpose and clarity, trusting my place within these greater evolutionary shifts. As we experience these shifts, Taurus brings forth the qualities of Earth, which are reliability, safety, predictability, and continuity. Since 2018, however, Uranus, the planet of change, spontaneity, and innovation, has been transiting Taurus, challenging these very traits through events like pandemics, wars, insurrections, and natural disasters. This full moon urges us to find strength, not in rigid stability, but in our ability to adapt, trust, and grow. Let this be a time to plant roots in life's enduring flow, even as we remain open to the unknown. As we enter a meditation in the end of the asana practice, we'll go a little bit further into the theme of this full moon. But for now, let's take a moment to ground within ourselves by checking in. Find a comfortable stillness and maybe close your eyes. Begin to scan your attention throughout the inner landscape of your physical body. Noticing any sensations happening right now. Invite you to bring an attitude of curiosity rather than judgment. Being in the feeling of tension anywhere you feel it, of openness, of anything you sense in your body right now. Sense the breath flow without controlling or changing how you're breathing. Can you feel a texture to your breath? Or the depth and pace of it? In this way, feeling what your energy is like as you begin this practice. Begin to notice your state of mind. What is the quality of your attention right now? How are you feeling emotionally? And can you practice holding compassionate and loving space for the wide range of whatever you're feeling, just as it is? Especially for those of us who are very sensitive to energy, such as empaths. You might feel a little more emotional as the water element brought forth by the moon, being closer to the earth, can be sort of stirred up inside. So just notice what's moving through you right now. An important practice during the full moon is gratitude, as we celebrate any achievements or completion of events or projects that you are experiencing since the new moon. What are you grateful for? What can you celebrate in any area of your life right now? Another aspect of full moon rituals is to think about what has been working for you in any aspect of your life, such as patterns or routines or habits or belief systems, and what has not been working. And what has not been working, might you set an intention to release what no longer serves well-being? I invite you now to set your intention on this full moon practice. And shedding what doesn't support well-being, we are creating space for what does, for renewed patterns of being more of our true nature. And then invite you to think of those around you, near and far, those familiar and those not so familiar to you. Is there any one or group of beings that you might like to dedicate tonight's practice to? A way of extending loving kindness to others. Let in a deep, deep breath. And then open the mouth, exhale everything out. Even deeper, inhaling, allow the side walls of your ribcage to expand. And feel free to make any sound that feels releasing as you open the mouth. Again, deep breath. Imagine filling up from the pit of the belly all the way to the top of your collarbones. And let it all go. Together, let's open our practice by chanting the vibration that roots us towards the center of the earth and celebrates our interconnectedness. And that chant is Om, 3 times. Let in a deep breath. Let's begin to practice a way of regulating our energy through breath work that brings calm and focus and balance of energy. It's called Ujjayi Pranayama, and it means victorious breath. It's done by closing your lips and breathing just through the nose. And then softly constrict or gently narrow the back of your throat so that you can listen to a very gentle whispering sound as you breathe. Can you hear that sound now? And listening to your breath, begin to regulate it so that you're breathing in fully to the very top. And you're breathing out just as slowly, balancing the energizing or yang inhalation and the grounding, calming or yin exhalation. As you're creating a whispering sound, smoothing out the transitions between the breaths as well, inviting a sense of flow and easefulness, not only in your breathing, but in your energy, your mind, and your body. Letting all that permeate our physical movements and postures as we start. Listening to the breath, keeping its rhythm, start to make your way down onto hands and knees, all fours. Spread your fingers flat at the top of your mat. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists and step your knees a couple of inches behind your hips. As you breathe in, slowly glide your torso forward and coil your chest up, entering cow pose. As you breathe out, keep the arms straight and contract your abdomen, dropping your head to round your back, entering cat pose. Let's try a few more. Inhale, roll the shoulders behind you. Lift your chest and gaze. Exhale, press the ground away with the hands and lift the belly, doming your back. Keep going for maybe 3 to 5 more slow cycles of breath. This is called cat-cow pose, or in Sanskrit, Betalasana. As the moon's energy is more yin, introspective, slowing down, reflective. In contrast, the sun's energy, which is more yang, active, constantly moving, even our flow practice today is going to be more on the gentle side, honoring this full moon and harmonizing with its energy. So at the end of your next exhalation, tuck your toes, spread the fingers flat, and lift your hips high, drawing your thighs back to enter downward facing dog. Start to move your body any way you want to explore, loosening it up, like pedaling your feet in place to warm up the backs of your legs, shaking and nodding your head to really try to relax your neck as you lift the shoulders back away from it. You might even swivel your hips side to side like you're dancing the twist, stretching into the sides of your torso and your outer hips. Listen to your breathing, and let's continue movement for about 4 more deep breaths. Set your knees on the ground, and as you firm the belly and lengthen the neck, inhale, raise the right leg behind you, point or flex the foot and try to turn the right hip to face the floor. As you exhale, bend the right knee towards your chest and step the foot forward beside your right thumb. And if your foot has not gotten all the way there, take your ankle with your right hand and place the foot forward enough so that your right knee stacks directly on top of your right ankle. Now, place your hands on blocks at the height that you need directly under your shoulders so as to relax the shoulders and breathe well. Tuck the back toes, separate the legs hips distance, and let's flow to the breath. As you breathe in, sink your pelvis and lift your chest, look up. Keep your feet where they are, and as you breathe out, lift the back knee. Begin to draw the right outer hip back towards straightening your legs only to the degree that's comfortable where you can bow forward with a flat back. Inhale, lower the back knee again, kneeling lunge, look up. Exhale, lift the back knee again, draw the right hip back and bow, wide pyramid pose. 3 more cycles of breath. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid. Now this time, come into a high lunge. Spin the left heel to the floor and align the right heel to intersect the arch of the left foot. Press equally through the feet and inhale, cartwheel the arms to rise up to warrior two. Bending the front knee still on top of the ankle, wrap the right outer hip under you and firm the top of your left thigh bone back. As you breathe in, press down with the feet and straighten the legs, raise your arms, stretch into the sides of your torso, but relax the shoulders. Exhale, rebend the right knee just above the heel and reopen the arms back to warrior two. Let's flow like this. Inhale, rise and straighten the legs. Exhale, bend, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise, synchronizing to your pace of breath. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise. And exhale, bend. Now stay here. Land the eyes for one more inhalation. Then exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Pausing there for 2 deep breaths. Let your eyes steady on one spot to help steady your mind as you listen to the breath. Set your knees on the ground, firm the belly, and lengthen your neck. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you, turn the left hip to face the floor and flex the foot. Exhale, bend the knee towards your chest and step the foot beside your left thumb. Remember to place the foot forward enough so that your front knee is directly above the heel, but not in front of it. Plant your fingertips on blocks directly under your shoulders and tuck the back toes. Inhale, sink your hips in your kneeling lunge, look up. Exhale, keep your feet where they are, lift the right knee. Draw the left outer hip back towards straightening the legs, just to the degree that's comfortable. Bow as if you have a flat back. Wide pyramid pose. Inhale, come back to kneeling lunge. Look up. Exhale again, wide pyramid. 3 more cycles. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid. Now this time, inhale to a high lunge, then spin the right heel to the floor. Align the left heel to intersect the arch of the right foot. Press to your feet and inhale, cartwheel your arms to land in warrior two. As you bend the front knee right above the ankle, wrap the left outer hip under you and firm the top of your left thigh bone back. Press down to your feet and inhale, straighten the legs. Raise your arms and stretch the sides of your waist. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, rebend the left knee, reopen the arms, warrior two. Let's flow. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Steady your gaze just past the left hand and let in a deep breath. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor, and this time step forward and fold at the top of your mat. Feet hips width apart, parallel. Bend your knees and reach the hands behind you to clasp. Or grab a strap and hold it between your hands to give you more range of motion as you stretch the arms away from your lower back to open up the front of your shoulders. Breathing in, lift the chest forward and lengthen your spine parallel to the floor. Breathing out, shift your weight forward and bow a little deeper. You can bend your knees any amount so you're not straining the back of your body. You could shake the head, you could sway the spine. Tune in for a few more breaths, lifting the shoulders away from the neck, letting your head hang freely. Drop your arms and bend your knees a little more. Really let your torso and head hang loose. With a slow breath or two, roll your spine upright like you're stacking one vertebra at a time, lifting your head last. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let's bring the hands together at the heart in mountain pose, connecting again to your intention on this full moon. What would it feel like to embody that intention? To feel it happening already in the present moment, whatever it is you're releasing or calling in. Let's bring that into how we flow through our sun salutations, moving to the breath and offering gratitude to both the sun and the moon. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead and roll your shoulders back, lift your heart. Exhale, bow towards the earth. Plant your fingertips outside your heels. Inhale, step the left knee behind you to a kneeling lunge. Look up. Holding your breath, step into your plank pose. As you exhale, lower your knees, then your chest, then your chin in Ashtangasana. Inhale, slither forward and roll the shoulders back and down in Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, pressing up, lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb, lower the right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step the right foot forward and bow, press to the feet. Inhale, sweep your arms to rise all the way up. Exhale, join your palms down at your heart center. Second side. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, lifting your gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, step the right knee behind you. Kneeling lunge, look up. Holding your breath, step into plank. Exhale, lower knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale, slide forward into cobra. Draw the shoulders down the back. Exhale, lift the hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot beside the right thumb. Lower your left knee and gaze up. Exhale, step the left foot forward and bow. Press to the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms. This time, interlace your fingers and flip the palms inside out. As you exhale, side bend to the right for a few breaths while rooting the left foot deeper into the earth. Seal in your front ribs and try to keep your two frontal hip bones equally facing forward. So this is not a twist, just a lateral extension of your spine. 2 more breaths. Lift the lower spine from your pelvis as you root down through the legs and press the heels of your palms towards the right wall. On an inhale, rise up again. Switch the interlacing of thumb and index. Pressing the palms towards the sky, slide the shoulders down, then side bend to the left. Let your right foot get heavier as you square both hips to face forward. And press the heels of your palms towards your left wall. Lift your lower spine from your hips. And let the shoulders relax down your back. 1 more breath. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Shake out the shoulders, shake out the legs. Anything that just needs to sort of release stagnant energy. You can even shake out your voice and allow a few lion's breaths. Maybe flutter the lips. Ha! All right, let's have a seat on the ground. Have your legs in front of you. And we're starting with our yin part of the practice in a spinal twist. So straighten your left leg forward and step your right foot on the ground, either in front of your right hip, or to go a bit further, you could cross the foot outside of your left knee, or to go even further, you could bend the left knee as well. Now, Check in with yourself. Make sure what you've chosen allows you to equally root your two sitting bones either on the ground or elevated on a folded blanket. And you're able to sit tall without rounding the back or tensing the shoulders. Place your right hand behind you. Press down with your lower body. As you raise the left arm, inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Keep your legs and pelvis still, and exhale, begin to twist to the right side. Lower your left arm to hold your right leg. Or if it's available, hook the elbow outside your left thigh, your right thigh. Inhale, press down through the pelvis, stretch up through each vertebra of the spine, all the way up to the crown. Keep the shoulders relaxing down as you allow your rib cage to keep turning, breath by breath. You could experiment with your neck here, stretching it by looking over one shoulder a few breaths, and then looking over the opposite shoulder a few breaths. And see how your body responds. One more breath in. And exhale, let it go. All right, now we did have a request for postures that relieve sciatic pinched nerves. So let's straighten the left leg and we'll come into half cow face pose. You may want to place a strap around the ball of your left foot here as you hug the right thigh over the left thigh as close together as possible. Remember, you can elevate your pelvis if your back starts to round. Flex your left foot and kick into the strap with it as well. Hold the strap with both hands, giving yourself enough slack to be able to relax the shoulders back and down. Sit up a little taller as you press the pelvis downward and breathe in. Now notice the natural space between chin and chest. Try to keep that space so you're not hinging from your neck like this, but you're hinging from your hips, keeping a long spine. Breathe in and pause. Press the pelvis a little deeper down as you stretch the spine from it. If you can keep the spine long, not rounding, continue to fold as you exhale. And as you allow a few more deep breaths, explore your range of motion here in Ardha, which means half cow face pose. If you're able to reach hold of your left foot without straining, you can use your hands in place of the strap. Last 2 breaths here. Lead with your chest and inhale to rise up. Let's straighten the right leg forward to prepare for the seated twist on side 2. Now, if you can set up similarly as the first side, try that. Of course, listen to any details your body needs to do differently here. So left foot in front of the left hip or crossed outside of the right knee, or also bend the right knee. Place the left hand behind you, raise the right arm and ground downward as you breathe in to lift the spine upward. Exhale, keep the pelvis still and twist to the left. Lower your right hand to hold your top leg or to hook the elbow outside that thigh. Inhale, root down through the lower body and rise up through the crown and spine. Exhale, keep the lower body still and stable as you continue to twist. Several more breaths. And notice what direction you want to face in order to give your neck a stretch in this pose. You might try to balance out what you did on the first side of the twist. One more breath. On your exhalation, gently unwind your torso and straighten the right leg, placing the strap around the ball of the foot. Hug your left thigh over the right thigh as close together as possible. Maybe elevating the pelvis if needed so that you can sit tall and relaxed. And kick into the strap with your right foot flexed. Give yourself enough slack as you hold the strap with two hands to be able to drop the shoulders back. And then sit up a little taller as you press the pelvis downward, breathing in. Remember to keep your throat open, and at your hips, exhale just a little of your range, hinge forward. Pause as you inhale to firm down through the pelvis while stretching up and forward through the spine. Exhale, you might continue to fold deeper. And just take note of when the shoulders might start to round. If so, back off. Don't go that far. Several more breaths in Ardha Gomukhasana. Couple more breaths here. Pressing down to your pelvis. As you breathe in, lead with your chest to slowly rise up. Relax your legs forward, and you might circle your feet or do the opposite. If you're flexing them, you might point the toes. Maybe add some movement for the upper body, such as circling your head very slowly. And listen to the quality of your breathing. Has it changed? Noticing, if so, what the breath quality is informing you about your energetic or mental state. All right, let's get into some opening the hip flexors a bit, along with the outer thighs and outer hips. So let's come into lizard lunge. Let's start on hands and knees. Make sure you have your blocks within arm's reach there. Step your right foot forward on the right side of your right hand, so the legs are wider apart sideways. And from here, scoot your left knee back, and you could add a blanket underneath your left knee if you need more cushion. As you bend the left knee, lean your torso forward so as not to dig your left kneecap into the ground. You're leaning on the thigh, not the kneecap. Also, make sure your right knee is not over bending in front of your right ankle, but rather it's directly above the right ankle. Now you can stay right here. This might be plenty. You can prop your left hand on one or two blocks stacked so that it's more accessible to backstroke your right arm and catch hold of your left foot. Then bringing your left foot closer, you could stretch into the front of your left thigh and hip more deeply if needed. Now, some of you might be able to reach with your left hand on the ground. If so, you might even experiment with placing the left elbow on the ground. Now, if you want to get a little more stretch into the IT band of your outer right thigh, flex your right foot, curl the toes up towards the right knee, while you splay the right thigh open just enough to lean the outside edge of the foot, not the outer ankle, onto the ground. Draw your right outer hip towards the rear of your mat as you lengthen your spine towards the front of your mat, relaxing both shoulders down your back. Let's tune in for another 7 or so deep breaths right where you are, cultivating stillness and neutral observation of whatever's passing through your mind or body here. On your next exhalation, gently release the back foot if you're holding it. Slowly come back to hands and knees, tabletop pose, and just pause there for a few breaths. Let your body unravel from that posture as you observe anything you're feeling right now. Just holding space for yourself, a non-judgmental space. Let's clear out with one lion's breath. So breathe in fully through the nose. Open the eyes and mouth wide. Stick out your tongue and exhale any releasing sound. All right, close the lips again and smoothen out deep breaths. Step the left foot forward to the left side of your left hand, second side. Scoot the right knee back enough so that as you lean your torso forward and bend the right knee, your weight is sitting on your right thigh, not your right kneecap. Feel free to stay here. This is plenty on the side. Or to help you reach hold of the right foot with the left hand, you could prop the right hand on one or two block stack as you backstroke the left arm to catch hold of the right foot and bring it slowly towards you. If your right hand is comfortably on the ground, you might explore going further and placing the elbow down. Really listen to your body. If it's saying to back off, please do. And if your left IT band, the outer left thigh region, is needing a deeper stretch, flex your left foot while you splay open the left thigh, just enough to lean the outer edge of the foot on the ground. Make sure you're not rolling over onto the outer ankle, which in turn sickles the foot. We don't want that. Then draw your left outer hip towards the rear of your mat as you lengthen your torso and crown towards the front of your mat. Slide both shoulder blades down your back ribs. And as you're holding your right foot with the left hand, can you open up the front of the left shoulder? Sort of lean back through that left shoulder. And as you find stillness, notice what comes and goes within each moment of each breath. Gently release the back foot. Take your time this time, sliding the right leg in front of you to lower to sit once again with both legs in front. All right, we're going to prepare to get on our backs in a restorative posture of opening up the fronts of the shoulders. I invite you into a supported fish pose using 2 blocks. Let's place one block at the highest height at the rearmost end of your mat like this. Place the second block at the medium height, the second level, either across the width of your mat, spacing the blocks apart about 5 to 6 inches, or tracing the lengthwise center line of your mat, spacing the blocks apart 1 to 2 inches. Keep your pelvis on the floor and face away from the blocks, either extending the legs open, maybe placing a pillow under the backs of your knees to offer lower back ease, or Supta Baddha Konasana, opening up the hips more by bending your knees wide apart And bringing the soles of your feet together. If you have other pillows or blankets, you can support your outer thighs from underneath with them so that this is more comfortable. Make sure that you can rest in this pose. You're not efforting to be in the pose. And then, as your pelvis remains on the floor, slowly lean back so that the area that's right under the bottom tips of your shoulder blades makes contact with the closest edge of the closest block, allowing your shoulder bones to roll down into the space between the blocks. And the back of your head is caught by the furthest block. Make any adjustments to feel symmetry in the left and right shoulders, to lengthen the back of your neck as well as the front, to feel a lift in the chest as the shoulders relax down your back. Turning the palms to face up from the shoulder joints can allow the collarbones to spread wider. And then take a mental scan of your body and notice if it is really relaxed. Is there something contracting, such as the space between the eyebrows or the jaw or the tongue, the abdomen, the bottom of your pelvis, your feet, your hands? Is there any area of your body that's still efforting that you can consciously give permission to relax? Really feeling a sweet sense of surrendering effort. As you find that more comfortable stillness, I'm going to ask you to join me in one more pranayama to invite even deeper relaxation as we move towards Shavasana. And this pranayama is called Samavriti pranayama. It means box breathing. It's one of the breathing techniques you can use anytime you feel triggered emotionally, or when your nervous system is in fight, flight, freeze, stress response. Instantaneously, you can regulate your nervous system to be a little more stable so that you can feel some sort of centeredness, even just a little bit, to make wiser and clearer choices from a calm center. I actually used this breathing technique when I was in a cold plunge at a Japanese onsen recently, and it kept me in such a calm state in freezing waters for 3 minutes. So it can do wonders. All right, I invite you into this practice. Those of you who are pregnant, do not hold your breath. You might instead just count to 5 as you breathe in and count to 6 as you breathe out, or even longer than that, just deep breaths. Okay, so box breathing goes like this. We'll close the mouth and breathe just through the nose. We'll inhale for 4 counts. Hold the breath in for 4 counts while relaxing. Exhale for 4 counts and hold the breath out for 4 counts while relaxing. Let's try 3 cycles together and continue 3 cycles on your own before letting go of controlling the breath and observing the effects of it. Prepare to begin box breathing by emptying this breath. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Fourth cycle. Inhale and keep going. You've got 3 more cycles on your own. When you have let go of the breath, observe the effects of that pranayama. Continuing to breathe naturally. As we move into corpse pose, feel free to stay where you are if your body is completely relaxed here. Otherwise, I invite you to transition very, very slowly into whatever position you would like to rest for a few minutes of Shavasana in. As your eyes remain closed and your body still, notice anything you're experiencing in your physical body right now. Sense the way it's responding to your yoga practice thus far. Be gentle with yourself as you listen to how your body wants to begin moving and waking up. Start with something small like wiggling your fingers or gently turning your head. Ease into simple stretches. And take your time turning over onto your side. For most of us, your right side. Resting your head there for a few moments. Sense the quality of your breathing and notice how you have affected your energy through your practice so far. As you're ready, slowly lift your body up, finding a comfortable way to sit tall, relaxed, and grounded for our 10 minutes of guided full moon meditation. As I mentioned in the beginning, I'll continue with the theme of this full moon in Taurus with another excerpt from another astrologer. Her profile name is Rising Woman, and she says the invitation on this full moon in Taurus is to allow for the space to evolve, to ground and to trust that even the most unexpected shifts are guiding us toward a life that resonates deeply with who we truly are. Pluto is encouraging us to let go of old paradigms, outdated societal structures, and any personal attachments that keep us locked in patterns of disappointment and disempowerment. So we're going to start with some grounding, some visualization, and move into 2 self-inquiry practices during this meditation. So take a moment to settle in. You might stack the right palm face up on top of the left palm face up, letting the thumb tips gently touch on your lap, or any other mudra that offers you inner connection inward. You might also close the eyes. Begin by feeling the weight of your body below, resting on the surface that is holding it. Can you feel the weight of gravity gently drawing you closer to the center of our Mother Earth? Gravity is grounding us. Sense the weight of your skull resting on the length of your neck. Sense the weight of your shoulders resting at the top of your torso. Sense the weight of your arms resting down on your lap. Sense the weight of your pelvis and legs resting down towards the earth. Allow yourself to feel stability from below, that Mother Earth is holding you. As you feel the breath flowing in through your nostrils and out through your lips or your nostrils, whichever is comfortable, let's gently begin to lengthen it once again. Breathing with our Mother Earth. Inhaling for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. And then let go. Feel your body breathing with its intelligence naturally. Together, we're breathing with the earth. Though you've let go of controlling the breath, allow yourself to rest your awareness on the breath, feeling it come and go freely. Bring a quality of relaxation and peacefulness into resting your awareness on the flow of the natural breath. A feeling of resting within yourself. And though your eyes may be closed, begin to sense the wonder and brightness, the motherly nurturance of the full moon above us. Can you visualize the light from the full moon peacefully channeling downward at the top of your head at your crown, flowing down through Sushumna Nadi, the main channel of energy that crosses through your 7 main energy centers, down the spine to the base of your spine at the root. And then flowing downward and out through your legs and feet like roots, flowing all the way down to the center of Mother Earth. As you naturally inhale, you're receiving that beam of light, that peaceful energy from the full moon above. And as you naturally exhale, that beam of light continues to descend down to Sumna Nadi, down your spinal column, down through your legs and feet, and all the way out into the center of the earth. Inhale, receiving the full moon light. Exhale as the light continues to illuminate you and root you to the earth. Let's begin with our first question of self-inquiry on the theme of this full moon. As we ask this question inward, don't worry about conjuring up an answer. Just listen and notice. Whether now or maybe after this practice, if anything arises from within you, such as thoughts, images, or feelings. The first question is, where am I holding on to comfort at the expense of my growth? Whether or not this may be relevant to you, I invite you to try just asking the question and notice if anything arises. I'll repeat it. Where am I holding on to comfort at the expense of my growth? I invite you to practice listening without having to judge what you notice as good or bad. The second question, the final one, is where can I surrender to change and transformation? Where can I surrender to change and transformation? Notice how you're feeling now in your mind, in your emotional state, at your heart, and in your body. Practice holding loving space for any and all of it. And let the breath in fill up your lungs, lifting your heart center. Open the mouth to let it go. Little by little, at your pace. Come back to your body and maybe join the palms in prayer at your heart center, bowing in towards your heart. Offering gratitude to yourself for what sometimes can be a challenging work, the inner work of yoga, how we bring it into our spiritual evolution in our day-to-day lives. If there's anyone or anything else you would like to acknowledge with gratitude, call them to heart, call them to mind. Remember your intention on this full moon. You might say it mentally or out loud once again. Remember to whom you dedicated tonight's practice. Together, let's close, chanting Om. Sense the resonance you're giving and receiving with the full moon, our Mother Earth, each other, and your inner being. Let in a deep breath. And bowing in towards your heart, honoring the light within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.